I want to speak about Gillie the Kid and Lil Wayne. Were you around when the two of them were actually both on Cash Money? And did your paths ever cross?
Man, I've been met Gilly, man. Yeah, like I was there. You know what I'm saying, when he was around, but Gilly was more like, like with Babe and him. You know what I mean? Like when we was fucking with Wayne, like Wayne, like real tell, like Wayne always kept us with him. You feel me? So we only, like we hung with Wayne. You feel me? Uh, but yeah, like I met Gilly a few times or whatever, but we wasn't around when they fell out and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like we wasn't around like when they fell out and shit though. For real. For real, for real.
So, first and foremost, I want to ask, do you believe that there's any truth to Gillie writing for Wayne? Did you ever see Wayne as the type of cat that needed someone to write for
Oh
him? We all know he spit off the top of the dome later in his career.
yeah. Well, but I'm gonna keep it a buck, right? It probably wasn't that kind of situation. Like as far as like, him writing for Wayne and shit. It probably was something that Gilly probably said, that Wayne probably took and put in the verse. You know, like I could see that happening because Wayne did that to me a lot. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like even like when it came down to me, like real talk, bro, it'd have been like, yo, like man, bro, like it's crazy, bro. Like I ain't never like, really talk about it like publicly to people and shit, but bro, like it's a lot of like cover verses, bro. Like, that homie, you know what I'm saying? Like, done took and revised, you know what I'm saying, for him and shit. You know what I mean? For real. So but I never say like I wrote for him. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that, you know what I'm saying? But I could see that type of situation happening. You feel me? But as far as, actually just sitting down and write something for me, like nah, I don't see that happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't see that happening, at all.
Even when he was spitting off the top of the dome, just going into the booth, I mean, somebody could say something in conversation. Maybe you hear it on a record 10 minutes later. Is this the type of thing you're talking about?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. You know what I mean? For real, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Or it could have been like, they probably did a song, Gilly probably spit some fire shit on something. You know what I'm saying? And and Wayne probably, what I'm saying, used, a couple of his bars, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever. But as artists too, I'm not gonna front, bro. Sometimes like you could rap some shit and hear somebody else song that they say the same shit. You know what I mean? For real. Because I'm being honest, bro. Like it's so many songs like that I got. You feel me? That like niggas, be dropping their music and shit, come out and shit. I hear some of these niggas say the same shit that I say. You know what I mean? Nah, you know what I mean? Like who am I to be like, oh man, damn that nigga must have heard that shit and took my shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you feel me? For niggas probably was feeling the way I was feeling. You know what I'm saying? At that time. You did for real. You hear me? Shit. Like, it's up to me as an artist, like go back, take that scrap that shit. You know what I mean? For real, you hear me? For get more creative about your shit. You know what I'm saying? Like facts, though. You know what I mean? For real. But like even like, well, look like on the story, every them drop some history for you.
Okay, let's go.
Back in the day, like with the squad shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I started Wayne with that, like like rapping off the dome and shit. You know what I mean? Real talk. And it ain't like this ain't nothing like, oh, I just told him to start doing it. Nah, you did like when we used to like record with the squad, we was doing the squad up shit. Wayne used to come to the studio, bro, with like 10 tablets and you know what I'm saying? For real, dog. Like that niggas there like 10 fucking rap books, pages of raps, you know what I'm saying, stacked up on the table and shit.
Oh, computer tablets.
Nah, not computer tablets, like the writing tablets. You know?
Okay.
Yeah, like just buku, pages of raps, you know what I'm saying, that he wrote down. And at that time, like, cause like I said, bro, like I never thought that I'd be in that position. So I didn't have a lot of raps like that. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Mm,
So I'm not about to tell him that. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
when it was time to record, and he'd be like, "Yo, kid, like, like your turn." You know what I'm saying? Your turn to get in that bitch. I'm not about to turn around and say, "Oh, I don't got no rap." Hold up, wait till I write a rap. And you know what I mean? Shit like that. Like I'm not about to do that. You hear me? Niggas playing like fuck that. You hear me? Like put me in that motherfucker. So, I was getting in there, and like I didn't have a rap. So I'm making that shit up as it, you know what I'm saying? As it going along. You feel me? And after and real talk, bro, like after probably like about 2, 3 songs of doing that, that shit just started clicking to me. Real talk, bro. And like since then, I haven't wrote a rap since then. Like real talk.
That's
And
dope.
but as like probably like a week or something go by, you heard me? They like everybody started noticing that shit. And they're like, nigga, you freestyling that shit? Like you yeah. I'm like, well, nah, I ain't really freestyling it. Like, I'm thinking of the shit, you know what I'm saying? And you feel me? Like, nigga stop, punch in, come back, you feel me? Shit like that, you hear me? But I ain't leaving out that booth until I finish my verse. You know what I mean? And just so happened, like, that shit was just coming, like, you feel me? So like he called that shit and he was just like, man, fuck that. Like they like fuck that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like if not doing that shit, I'm about to do this shit too and whatever this and that. You know what I mean? For real. And we ended up what song that was we did? We did it was it was on the squad mixtape. Fuck damn. But long story short, like you know what I'm saying? Like he went in there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he did his shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? He was in there. Because whenever time, like, when I was with Wayne, bro, whenever he used to record, he used to like me to be, like, in the booth with him. You know, I don't know why. Like, that nigga just be like, okay, man, come stay in the booth with a nigga. And you know what I'm saying? I guys used to hype him up and shit. You feel me? But shit, like he started doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's still like, he had his raps, his rap sheets, you know what I'm saying? That he wrote also. You feel me? But as time went on, you know what I mean, that's how he just started to record, you know what I mean? For real. But I was already doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I was doing it at a fast pace. You know what I mean? For real, for real, like I was doing my shit at a fast pace, shit, dude. Like Wayne, like he'll get in there, he'll say like 2 bars, you know what I'm saying? 1 bar, 2 bar, you know what I'm saying? Then, he'll sit, you know what I'm saying? Think for like about 10, 20, 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Then, then come back with another bar, you feel me? Shit like that, you feel me? For real. Like, which is way smarter to do, you know what I mean? For real, but like I said, like at that time, like he was, top level talent. So he already knew, like he knew what to say
Yeah.
on beat. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if you had seen the clip, but Machine Gun Kelly was saying that Lil Wayne came to record a song on his album. I think his new rock influenced music, I'd have to say it is. And he said he went out to write the record or on his phone, I guess, and he smoked 15 blunts, kid. So when you say like you couldn't take your
Yeah,
time to write the record when it was your turn, because people would be taking their time to write some shit. That's why you kinda had to pop in there on the fly, I guess.
yeah, man, for real. But like I said, like with dude, like Like he knew what he wanted to say. Like for me, it was more like I know I'm just about to, getting that bit talk some street shit, and you know what I mean. So that's why like shit was just coming fast for me. But as I started, really being around him and seeing how uh just more like articulate he was with the bars that he was saying. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And everything being really well thought out of, you know what I mean? Instead of just rapping, you know what I'm saying? And just rapping, you feel me? Like I was like, okay, you know what I mean? And that shit kinda, just made me better and just being in the studio, period. You know what I mean, with somebody that just loved the being there. You know what I mean? For real. Like he was one of them dudes like he loved to be in the studio for real, bro. Like we'll be in the studio all day, leave from the studio, get on a tour bus, and set the studio up on the tour bus. You know what I mean? For real, bro. And like that always let me know, like man, and for a person like me, like I always felt like I gotta work just as hard as dude and even harder. You know what I mean? Because this is where I'm trying to be. You know. So yeah, man. Shout out to Doodle. Shout out to home.
That's what's up, man. So, recently Gillie the Kid has had major success with $1 million worth of game.
Shout out to Gil.
Yeah, it seemed like he was trying to get Lil Wayne on the show, but everything went left. Did you catch that whole story of Gillie and Lil Wayne coming together, shaking hands, and separating within seconds?
Um, like I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see, Wayne up there. You know what I'm saying? And and them talking and you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You feel me? Cause then, cause then, you would have got the actual story that everybody wanna know. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? For real, cause then you could have got to the well, you said you rolled for me. Well, yeah, nigga, this song right here, and you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, like, like you would have got down to whatever you really wanted to know about the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? For real, but to see how everything kind of like went left. You feel me? Like that was, what I mean? That shit was crazy. Cause like for a nigga like me, it's like, when you actually like know niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like in real life, all that type of shit is just like certain shit you feel like it ain't even called for. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Do you think Lil Wayne will do the interview, or do you think that's a dub?
Oh, yeah, he ain't gonna do it, man. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. I wish he would, but he ain't gonna do it. It'll be great. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of feel like if that meeting didn't go left and they had left it at a first introduction, they could have continued to work at getting the interview done. Or
Man,
do you think it just isn't going to happen because of the history?
yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like, man, Wayne, like he, you know, he not gonna, like if it's like a real like confrontation type of thing, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna approach it like, you know what I'm saying, for real. So like, he wasn't really gonna do it from jump, for real. Cause that's one thing about it, man. If you want to make something happen, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna happen. You did regardless. Cause think of even with all right, give you a scenario, right? I just like this. The problem that Birdman had with the Breakfast Club didn't stop Birdman from going on the Breakfast Club. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You feel me? Like, for real, like he still went on the Breakfast Club, even though he felt however the fuck he felt, and he let them know how he felt. You know what I'm saying? He let them know how he felt. You feel me?
Shut them down in just a few words.
Yeah, and the same thing, like, that, cause that's how you supposed to approach shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause like this internet extra shit, bro, like that shit there, like we ain't come from that era, for one. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't come from that era, bro. So and the thing is, bro, like these like internet trolls and you know what I'm saying, and just followers and shit like that, they make shit way worse than what it should be. For real, bro. Like they make shit way worse than it should be, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna always tell a lot of people, relationships further apart. You know what I'm saying? Than actually coming together. You feel me? Because they always gonna feel like they got shit to prove to a bunch of motherfuckers that could, you know what I'm saying, that really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? For real, bro. Like, and that shit crazy.